Hello, my name is Paul Henry, Security and Forensic Analyst at Lumention. Welcome to our Patch Tuesday update for September 2013. Well, this is definitely a September to remember. Last year at this time, Microsoft released only 2 bulletins and they were only rated as important. Contrast that to today. Microsoft has released 13 patches covering 47 CVEs. One additional important level bulletin addressing a .NET issue was pulled for quality reasons this period as well. Those are big numbers, especially considering last September's low patch numbers, but there is perhaps some good news. Only 4 patches this period are considered critical. 2 were publicly known, yet Microsoft has not seen active attacks on any of the September CVEs to date, and none of them impact the current code base. i.e. Sharepoint and Outlook are hardest hit this month, and vulnerabilities in XP and Windows 2003 were also patched. Something we hopefully will see more of as the end of XP's life comes at us on April 8th, 2014. Now, Windows 2003 follows this with 15 additional months. Its own end-of-life date is July 14th, 2015. For anyone using XP, a migration plan must be in place if you don't already have one. Now, prioritizing your patches this month should be done partially based on your organization's usage of the affected software. MS-13067 is a critical patch for 9 CVEs in SharePoint 2003, 2007, and 2010 that could allow a remote code execution. One of those CVEs was publicly known and 5 are shared with Microsoft Office. If you use SharePoint, patch this one first. MS-13068 patches one CVE that requires user interaction with a malicious SMIME email sent via Microsoft Outlook, also rated critical. The exploit code on this one is fairly complex, so it's tough to execute, but it is a bad vulnerability. MS-13069 is a cumulative update for IE with 10 privately disclosed CVEs impacting all versions of the popular browser. Next up should be MS-070, a remote code execution and object linking and embedding in Windows XP in 2003. There have not been any active attacks. This one was privately reported. This is an important priority for any XP or 2003 system, but then again, upgrading from XP should rank high on the priority list too. MS-13071 is an important class patch that covers remote code execution in Windows theme. MS-13072 is a remote code execution important patch for Office. The next two, MS-13073 and MS-13074, also hit Office, patching vulnerabilities in Excel and Access respectively. MS-13075 is a possible elevation of privilege issue in Microsoft IME, the Chinese version. MS-13076 is a vulnerability in kernel drivers that could allow elevation of privilege. MS-13077 patches a vulnerability in Windows Service Control Manager that could allow an elevation of privilege. MS-13078 is for a vulnerability in front page that would allow information disclosure. MS-13079 is a vulnerability in Active Directory that could allow a denial of service attack as well. Now, as mentioned previously, the top 3 criticals should take priority this month, but don't forget about the balance of importance. It is possible that a string of importance could be chained together, and with an elevation of privilege, you would have a big problem. Total Microsoft patches to date for 2013 now sit at 79. This is well ahead of the 63 patches released through September 2012. But as we have seen, the increased numbers come from important level vulnerabilities, not critical vulnerabilities. Microsoft told us this would be the case this year. Outside of Microsoft this Patch Tuesday, well, we have Apple. As they did at the beginning of the year, Apple has again remotely blocked some versions of Oracle's Java browser plugin. The blocked versions are Java 6 versions below Update 51 and Java 7 versions below Update 25. The Twitterverse is having some fun with a bug in Apple's Cortex rendering engine in iOS 6 and OS X 10.8. It causes any apps that try to render a string of Arabic characters to crash on sight. Hence, an Apple user would get a crash if anyone in his or her Twitter timeline had a tweet containing the specific Arabic text. This issue follows the fake charger demonstration at Black Hat that installed a virus which automatically dialed the researcher's iPhone. The issue could allow software to be installed that allows complete remote control of the iPhone. It takes advantage of an issue that will not be fixed until iOS 7 is released this fall. Be careful where you're plugging in that iPhone for charging. Next would be Oracle Java. A new vulnerability in Java SE7 has recently been reported to Oracle. The issue can potentially be used to achieve a complete Java security sandbox bypass on a target system. While they have acknowledged the issue, there is no word yet from Oracle on when a patch will be provided to correct this issue. This has been our Patch Tuesday update for September 2013. Thank you for listening.